Howdy! They're all on YouTube. So, and Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, anybody else is checking it out. Alright, so, today is the 20th, which is Tuesday here, which is cool. And I'm going to actually do a really quick, hopefully, video for those that are just trying to make their voice deeper, or more masculine, or however you want to define that. Whether you're transitioning, or you're doing it for like cosplay or something, or you just want to. And before I do that, I want to show you a little bit of what to avoid and why it works the way it does. If you've never been in theater or something like that, you've never done voice acting, nothing like that, it's a little harder to just pull it out of anywhere to do this, to understand it. So I'm trying to make it the best way I can understand it, right? So I'm binding right now, so I have two binders on, so I just want to let you know that the effectiveness of what I'm showing you is effective enough that I can do this with two binders on, which is like pushing and trying to fossilize my female chest into my rib cage. So, you know what I'm saying. So if I can do this with binders on, you can totally learn how to do this. It's awesome. Alright, so when you're talking about trying to deepen your voice, you have to figure out what your voice baseline is. And this is what I actually sound like if I'm not trying to deepen my voice or anything. I just sound like this because of the transition, which is totally fine. So if I were to say a sentence like, today is August 20th, 2013, that sounds like with my actual voice right now. Now, if I was going to deepen my voice, it would sound like something to the effect of, depending on how deep I want it to go or what I want it to sound like, it could sound something like, today is August 20th, 2013, and this is what I feel my voice would sound like, depending on what it is I'm trying to explain. So I can hold this much easier, which works if I'm trying to give a speech or if I'm trying to talk to someone who's a bit off and thinks I pass, and they actually want to ask me certain questions in a very serious manner. And if they do expect that I'm a male, it's much easier for me to address them in this type of tone of voice versus trying to express them in this kind of tone of voice, which for some people is still kind of gender neutral. So the difference is this. When you study people, whenever you ask like natal males to make a feminine voice, the response is usually the same. They throw their heads, so if I'm going to exaggerate, they throw their head back as if they have imaginary hair. And they usually put a hand out because they're trying to be like, oh my goodness. But it's usually like, oh my goodness, what in the world? What in the world didn't happen? Man, they do the whole voice, but they open their throat. That's because males, when their voice drops, their vocal cords stretch. So it's like you have to kind of constrict them in order to get the voice to be higher, at least reasonably. It may not be believable, but it's reasonable, right? And when it's the opposite, when you're looking at natal females, or even some males do this if they have a naturally higher voice, when they're trying to imitate which is considered a masculine voice or a man's voice. First thing you see is they drop their neck, and they put their shoulders up, and they usually make that weird face. Oh my goodness, I'm such a man. Okay. And the reason that it does sometimes drop your voice is that you've just constricted your vocal cords. So you just drop your neck, and then it helps a little bit. Also, you're talking into the ground. Well, that's not what you want to do. I mean, it's kind of awkward walking around like, hey, Lord, how you doing today? A little, people will be like, scroll. So, it might not be the best. So, my thing is this, is, when you learn about your breathing, it's where it starts, is, your diaphragm and your lungs are different. So, your lungs are all up here. Your diaphragm is like where your belly is. So, if you breathe in, it's not how when you breathe and you fill your stomach full of air, what it feels like you're filling your stomach full of air, it's really your diaphragm. If you practice breathing, where you can do that, you can hold it and expand where your diaphragm is, which I didn't want to do because I'm biting, but like, turn, what I'm saying? You have chest, and you have diaphragm. This is what right here is what you want to actually activate. And when you open it up, you have to keep your whole body open so that the air flows freely so you can sustain it. The same thing if you're transitioning and singing, you want to get as much air as possible, not too much, but if you keep the air, it'll help your voice from cracking. And that's just because even if you're pre-transition and you're trying to hit a higher note and you don't have enough air support, you're going to crack, or you won't even reach the note completely. So when you expand, learn to breathe from your diaphragm. So when you go to bring in that first deep breath, that's what you want to do, like that first deep breath, don't let your shoulders rise. If your shoulders you're breathing into your lungs, it's not good. So let it come out through your stomach, and then slowly but surely let your voice drop, as you know, and it's a physical thing. You'll feel it kind of drop. So it's like like start with a mindset that your voice is getting deeper, and if you can, try to imagine your voice dropping lower and lower into your chest, and if you really want, like into your gut, if you really want a nice deep baritone sound. Now granted, it's going to take a lot of practice to get there, but if you do a lot of breathing and a lot of practice, you know, especially with friends, it can help. If you know any friends out there who are like theater majors, they may be able to help you. So yeah, and the difference is that when you do it and sustain it there, it's better than trying to do it from your lungs. It's more sustainable. So you can usually say, you know, like, yeah, like, how you doing there, YouTube? So yeah, this is Dex, and I'm looking at today is 4 months on testosterone, but this isn't what my voice actually sounds like. This is just something that I've actually picked up over the years. So it sounds a little deeper, but the difference is that because I'm transitioning, it's actually slowly getting deeper as I do that. So it's a lot easier what my voice actually sounds like, which is really right around here. So you know, that's my goal, but that's what I got right now. So the hope I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And I wouldn't mind if anybody needed any help. I have Skype, and I'm always lonely. I have no problems helping anybody out. So the links are all in the description box below, sir. And yeah, just feel free to let me know how all is doing. I'm sorry again about the glasses, but I feel like taking them off right now. So yes, I will talk to you all later.